everyone, it's Darkseeker here again. Welcome back for another video. Now, the Kobolds and Catacombs expansion has hit, and this is the first deck that I'm trying. Foxor's Reincarnate Shaman, version 6. So clearly a lot of testing has been done. I like to call it Egg Shaman because of Nerubian Egg, Egg, and that's the basic idea in the early game. You get the eggs down, and then you buff them up with Sneaky Devil. The eggs now have attack power, they can trade into minions, and then maybe you've got Baron Rivendare down, so those death rattles proc twice. That's the plan, and sometimes it doesn't work out that way. If not, well, you've got AoE to clear the enemy board, Lightning Storm, Elemental Destruction, and of course the benefit of Elemental Destruction is that if you have eggs down, the chances are they're going to get popped, and you know, you'll get your Nerubians or your Devil Souls out, which is great. So yeah, fun interactions with this deck. Now, of course, if you find that you're getting beat down, there's Halazeal, who can end up healing you for quite a lot. And in going into the late game, you've got the likes of White Eyes, Sylvanas, Master Oakheart, and of course Enzoth the Corruptor to bring back those Sludge Belchers, to bring back White Eyes, to bring back Sylvanas, and just to go for utter late game value. What else does this deck do pretty well? Well, of course, Ancestral Spirit and Reincarnate are in this deck. Really good with the likes of Sylvanas, of course. Really good with eggs even. Reincarnate works very well to get a bit of a board swing going, because all of a sudden you have a 5-5 on the board or a 4-4 out of nowhere. So Reincarnate pretty decent. And there is my favourite card in the deck, Kel'Thuzad. So, when KT comes down and you cast Ancestral Spirit on him, well, it's pretty much game over. Because they can invest everything into killing KT, but with Ancestral Spirit, he comes right back to life. So KT here is really, in this deck, he is an MVP. He is quite slow at times, and of course, to benefit from his effect, you do have to have some minions on board that you can trade into enemy minions to bring them back to life. But in this particular game against a hunter, he's just doing insane work. I mean, my health total is still relatively high. The hunter's plan was to burst me down, but look, I'm at 17. I have KT plus one other minion on board, and for that reason, I'm not scared of a freezing trap. Yeah, the Devil's Sword can go back to my hand. I don't care. But I feel so brave, I'm just going face. Yeah, we were in a fortunate enough position to benefit here from KT. That's not always the case, though. And he's not happy. So he's going to kill my taunt. But through the magic of KT, our taunt's just going to come back to life. And that's it. I love Kel'Thuzad, such an amazing card, really. So first successful experiment with this new expansion in this deck. Let's have a look at this other game here. So this is a paladin. Now, paladin playing dudes and haunted creepers. This is going to be quite an aggressive paladin. I have lots of tools in my hand to deal with aggression though. Elemental Destruction, Lightning Storm, Volcano. And of course, it's all about the timing. When do you play these things? When is the right time to play them? That's the question. So usually your early turns are going to be quite slow. You know, if you don't have eggs to play, they're going to be quite slow, and you'll usually just end up hero powering. But when you've got this much burn in your hand, you just feel safe. Knife Juggler, wow, doing some serious work. He's ignoring the totem, which is interesting. So now you need to make a judgment call. Is it time for Lightning Storm? I mean, we have to get rid of this board, right? I mean, turn 4, he could buff the dudes. That's pretty scary. But I'm gonna wait. I fear no buffs. Let's see what he's got. Let's see what he's happy to commit. I have healing in hand as well. Okay, face continues to be the place. There's actually quite a bit of damage on board now, so I do have to be careful with this. Eyeing elemental destruction here, actually, because of that shredder. Okay, so I could have had the Nerubian on board and I could have got a 4-4. I actually just valued clearing another minion there and getting rid of my overload. I think that's pretty important. So next turn I'll have 5 mana. I'll be free to play Sludge Belcher. But the incoming damage continues. And did I wait too long with my AoE? I mean, should I have Lightning Stormed perhaps a bit sooner? It's an interesting question. But Sludge Belcher there, putting up a bit of a wall for me, is going to protect my face from taking 5 damage. I have Volcano if he refills minions on the board. I have healing. I mean, how do I lose this game now? What would lose me this game? I mean, Tyrion? Would that be a problem if we're forced to kill Tyrion and he gets the Ashbringer?
Reporting for duty.
Okay, noble sacrifice, not really a surprise there. And we play Nerubian Egg. So, the eggs are interesting. I've had games with this deck where the eggs... I draw all my eggs. There's 4 of them. I play them. And then I draw no way of activating them. So, yeah, there's been games where the eggs have just been really slow at the start for me. And my opponents just ignored them. But in this instance here, we're able to reincarnate, get a 4-4 and heal. I love the animation effect there on the healing. It's pretty cool. And I'm also a bit conflicted as to whether Healing Rain is good, whether I should be playing Healing Wave. I don't know. I mean, Healing Rain offers flexibility in that it can heal minions, but in aggro games you don't care about your minions, right? You really just want to heal your face to stop yourself from dying. So one of those secrets is Avenge, right? Oh, okay. Damn. I was hoping it would go on the Secret Keeper and we're just going to get a clean trade. It's fine. We've healed. We have bodies on board. And we have a stealthed minion that is buffing our board. Okay. We had a stealth minion.
Reporting for duty.
Now, if I really needed the healing, I mean, we're coming up to a point where Halazil can do work with Volcano. But we're not going to need it. I mean, this is just fine. Okay, there's the other Revenge. And we mop that up quite nicely. Now we have the board, and it's going to be very difficult for the paladin to claw the board back. He'd need to play a high impact minion. That's great in the early game, not so great in the late game. So, what does he do here? I mean, our hand is pretty bad here at the moment. We have all this AoE, can't really use it. What we want is high impact death rattle minions. We want Sylvanas, for instance. We want Enzoth. Hand refill is pretty scary. But it's not really a refill. He drew 3 cards. Huh, but Mysterious Challenger putting some secrets into play. Okay, we did trigger the secrets here. And drawing Devolve is very timely. I mean, even without Devolve, I think we'd still be fine. Okay, he's used both Avengers, sure. So, I guess it's now safe to Devolve and see what happens. Yeah, that's reasonable. Again, can't really do anything with the AoE in our hands, it's a bit slow. I'm just gonna kill it. The play was probably to go face there, but yeah, it's comp spirit. What's the harm in trading? I'm in no rush. As long as I have some semblance of board control, it's fine.
None of your business.
Wow, and he keeps drawing. At this rate, he'll be fatiguing soon. Oh look, there's KT. There's the high impact card that we were waiting for. And now I think it's just a case of trading our board away and getting KT to bring things back to life. Do we need to though? Is KT actually essential here? I think it's worth it. Even though I had a sneaking suspicion it was Repentance, I don't care. I'm just hoping for a Taunt Totem. But I don't care. There is value here in killing off, you know, most of his board, or a good chunk of his board, and having all of these minions come back to life. Even though KT is going to die a horrible death here, it doesn't matter. Oh wow, muster for battle. Okay, so this paladin has some fight left in him. Is he going to face tank KT? He's really thinking about this, yeah. To be honest, these plays that he's making don't do very much for him because, you know, we still have 2 minions on board that can attack. We have double Volcano and we have Elemental Destruction, so the last sort of bits of effort here by this paladin to try and claw this game back, it's not going to happen. Sure, why not? Baron Rivendare surviving Elemental Destruction there, and we have 2 5/5s on the board. That's pretty good. It's pretty good. Oh wow, overwriting your weapon. Going face. Interesting. It's interesting that we haven't seen Tyrion yet. Is Tyrion the last card in his deck? And once again, all this AoE sitting in our hand and not doing anything. Where's Sylvanas? Where's Enzoth? all the weapons.
Reporting for duty. The victor.
And that wraps this up. So, in the end, we were able to outlast the paladin and essentially run him out of threats. Okay, so Foxor's Reincarnate Shaman, version 6, aka Egg Shaman. It's decent. I mean, it's not a tier 1 deck, it's a decent deck. Since playing these games, you know, it's got me thinking about the eggs and the slowness of them at the start of the game. If you don't draw into Sneaky Devil, if you don't draw into Elemental Destruction to pop them, if you don't draw into Reincarnate, the eggs can just be way too slow at the start. In terms of the AoE, you saw earlier that there were situations there where I just had AoE sitting in my hand, not able to do anything with it. It was just sitting there, and I would rather have had some minions that I could play. I don't know. I guess it's just dependent on the situation and the context. In that last game, I got to a point where I just didn't need excessive AoE, but I guess if I play against a deck that can refill the board every turn or every 2 turns, then yeah, maybe all that AoE is useful. I don't know. Master Oakheart didn't see any value, any play for me so far. In fact, in the games that I have played with this deck, beyond those that you've seen in this video, Oakheart hasn't seen any play for me at all. Kel'Thuzad has had value for me, and White Eyes, Ancestral Spirit, White Eyes, you know, and Enzarth has been great. Sylvanas Reincarnate has also been phenomenal for me. And Halazeel and Lightning Storm has proven valuable too. Just still debating Healing Rain versus Healing Wave. But yeah, overall it's a reasonable deck, it's solid. Could do with a lot of refinement probably. So thank you very much for joining me everyone. I hope you enjoyed the video, and stay tuned for more wild mode content featuring the new cards from the Kobolds and Catacombs expansion.